Welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of our Mediterranean cruise, our first ever cruise, and today we had selected to do a day off the ship, and it was to explore Santorini. The hard part about this excursion was that the temperature was about 44 or 46 degrees Celsius, and in the direct sun there was places where you were hitting in the 50s, 50, 52. A lot of the locals were told to stay home, that they were at risk of dying if they went out, and of course on a cruise we're trying to get the most out of our experience, so we are going to tackle it. You'll see here as we come up to where the boat's going to dock, the lineup that is for all of the people who are waiting to catch the gondola that would take you from the bottom of the hill to the top. This line, from what we were told, was between 1.5 to 2 hours wait, and you can see the line here. But there is an alternate option. There's actually 2 alternate options. One is to hike the 1 kilometer switchback to get to the top, or to take the donkey ride that would allow you to ride a donkey basically to the top. Our ship instruction was to not do that, on the off chance that you fell and hurt yourself. No way for you to get medical attention should you, say, break your arm or break your neck or falling off of one of the donkeys. You can see that it's pretty steep, and yeah, there's a lot of places on here where sometimes the donkeys just didn't want to go, and so they would stop, and you'd see people get off and try and get back on, and then the shepherds would have to come back and sort of get the donkeys going again. The other thing that was really challenging about this was that the hill itself, while each incline is not, say, 20% grade, it's still pretty steep, and the heat played a major factor. I can say that for me, the heat doesn't bother me, but for Shirley, the heat definitely was a factor. And you're going to see up here that anytime that there was a place, you can see here that there's a little cutout in the side. That piece just became filled with people, and if there was any place that had any type of shade, everybody sort of just stopped and congregated in there. You can see us here hydrating, keeping our heads wet, and yeah, it was a real risk, and I don't think that anybody really understood just how hot it was and how tough of a climb this actually is. So as we kept going here, you can see the donkeys going by, and it was pretty funny, but you can see a guy there in the middle. He just sort of had to get off and pull his donkey ahead because the donkey just didn't want to go any farther, and now you can see that they're stopped here again in front of us. And the shepherd had to come back and actually get the donkey going again. So yeah, I don't know, it wasn't very expensive, but to ride the donkey up, I think it would have been an interesting experience, but definitely not something that I would say is worth the risk of possibly falling off. You can see that you can just see situations where it could go horribly wrong for you as a tourist. You can see under here, this is the one tree on the 1 kilometer climb that has shade. At this spot, there was a lady who was underneath the tree who was definitely not doing good, and when I got to the top, Shirley turned around here because it was too hot, and when I got to the top, we told people about it, and they sent somebody down, and eventually they put her on one of the donkeys and just took her back down into the cruise ships. That was pretty much all I wanted to let you guys know. This part is just me exploring through Santorini, and see you guys in part 3.